Awesome, guys. Welcome everyone to this exciting new AMA we're having here today at Drybit's Crypto Lounge. For the ones that don't know me, I'm Drybit. I'm the owner. And here we always interact about the best moving coins, whether it's Ethereum, Binance, or any other chains. As long as it's printing, it should be mentioned here. So today we're having this new exciting project that it's called Rose. Is currently having its fair launch at PinkSale, and here is Adam representing the project. We are going to discuss a little bit more about the team. We're going to discuss more about the tokenomics, the division, the roadmap from this project, also the marketing, all those things we're going to be discussing today. But first, let's start by welcoming Adam, that is, like I said before, representing this project. Hey, Adam, how's it going?
It's going great. Thank you so much, Drybit. Again, happy to be here with everybody. It is a beautiful sunny day here in Florida, afternoon time. Sun is shining through, no clouds in sight, which is nice because it's been raining nonstop. So I'm excited to be here. Before we hit record, I did mention as well that Rose is actually incubated and created by a good friend of mine who I know is like very, very passionate about building a good project. This is actually his first crypto project, and he has put blood, sweat, and tears into this because he really believes in the mission. And I hope we can talk about it today. It'll be some fun.
Yeah. To be honest, that's great. And that's one of the first things when I do an AMA, I first like to start, talking a little bit about the team, about the CEO, how many members they are. And also one thing that I always ask, and it's great for me to know, and also for everyone to know, what motivated, the CEO into doing this project? Like, what was the motivation to go after this, after Rose? Like, what made him said, hey, this is it, this is the project that I'm going to do. And also, you said this is his first project, so I'm actually thinking that he has already thought really well on what is going to be my first project. So I'm actually really excited to know a little bit more about the team behind this.
Yeah, I'd love to share that. So let me tell you a little bit about Dave, my good friend Dave. Dave is the CEO of Rosecoin. This man is incredibly committed to the craft he does. What is his craft? It's having the vision to be able to bring something to life that hasn't been there before. That's what a lot of creators are doing, right? When they're launching a coin. But the difference here is this isn't a copycat coin. This isn't a token that's a 2.0, 3.0, 5.0 of something. Eventually, we will probably get to 5.0s in the market, but we're not there yet, thankfully. This is something original. So, guys, if you guys don't know who Rose is, she is the probably the most well-known face in the crypto space when it comes to Telegram moderation. So when Dave saw that the first person to welcome them into the crypto space is usually Rose, he said, let's extend that conversation and have this be an entire project that we can have some fun with and that we can put our own spin on. So what you'll see in front of you on the rosecoin.org website is 100% hand-drawn art. These are not reused assets. These are not stolen from the RoseBot documentation. In fact, our character is actually named Rose, paying tribute to Rose from the Rose Telegram bot. So what's great is this is long-term scalable because it's 100% original. This is I would say, a sexier version of Rose. You guys can make the comparison yourself, but this is Rose, right? So everything is hand-drawn. You can kind of see, you can kind of see a little bit of backstory behind her and so on. But the big thing we want to mention to everyone here is, this really is a passion project. If you can't already tell by the artwork, by just the attention to detail, the Telegram group, which is always buzzing, this is a project that the team wants to not only get in front of people, but have a long-term appreciation for, because again, this is the first thing most people get in contact with when they join crypto. I remember when I first joined my first Telegram group, I think it was actually, it's funny. It was the ApeSwap decentralized exchange. That was the first Telegram group I joined. Yeah, that was the first Telegram group I joined. And I was like, what the hell's going on? I don't know what a Wallet Connect is. What is all this craziness? But I remember Rose welcoming me and I was like, oh, that's interesting. I've never had a bot welcome me. Okay. So everyone's first interaction at some point maybe like 60%, 70% of the market is Rose because, it's a free bot. It's very highly customizable. It's high quality, all those sorts of things. So anyways, that was the kind of backstory as to why Dave and the rest of the team wanted to bring this to market. Now, let me just spend a little bit more time speaking about Dave. And before I do, let me actually just mention myself again. So thank you, Drybit, for mentioning. Yes, I am the spokesperson for Rosecoin. I do Twitter and Telegram presentations pretty frequently. You've probably seen me across the space over the last 2.5 years that I've been doing this. But if not, I'm really happy to be talking to you all today and taking some of your time to bring you an awesome project. So let's go into Dave, the CEO. Dave takes most of his experience from the digital marketing and startup side of things. He's worked on Fortune 500 companies and actually was a extremely early investor into BTC and BNB
nice.
tokens. Now, when I was talking with him on the phone, what he was so bummed about was he got into those really early, but he sold early, right? He sold too early. And since then, he learned his lesson and said, no, I have to get into stuff that has long-term potential. I have to see the vision because obviously BTC and BNB still have a lot of potential still to grow in their ecosystems. So that really made him concentrate on the crypto market and really just ignited that fire. So since then, he's really had a focus on how do I make something good, but let me take my time. So he formed a team of 5 other like-minded individuals that have experience in marketing, have experience in PR, have experience in running companies as well, and came up with this idea. Really awesome. So it's literally an award-winning crypto agency that they went with, which is pretty exciting, along with an entire litany of calls, and then also hiring myself, which was great because I got to bring this in front of people. I do want to mention as well before we get into it, the prior version of this, because we opened the sale during kind of the bad market a couple of weeks ago, like really bad.
Okay.
Yeah. So this isn't the V2. This is still the original version. It's just a new listing. So the listing you're seeing today is the official listing. I just wanted to make that clear in case you guys saw Rose token maybe a couple of weeks ago. This is the same team. All that they did was just cancel the pool and redo because they said, you know what, let's pick better timing. Let's make sure we put a little bit more marketing funds, a little bit more focus, and we're going to go ahead and have this absolutely hit. So I did just want to make sure people know that. But I'm going to turn it back to you, Drive. I've been talking a bunch, but that's a little bit about the team.
That's perfect. Thank you very much, Adam, for that such detailed description on who the CEO is and his experience. That's actually really great. And it's also good that you said about that this is not that different token from the one that it's already in PinkSale. And I think that's a really smart decision. When you have a project that you actually really like and you're like, want the project to succeed, and you start doing a fair launch or a pre-sale in a bad market, just like you said, and you don't raise enough funds, or maybe it's not going well. I love that type of stories of developers, of CEOs that said, hey, I'm not giving up, I'm doing it again. So basically, you saying that for me is really reassuring that this project is going to go well, because I know for sure that if the CEO is retrying one more time, that really shows that he's committed to the project. He's not saying, hey, I didn't make it, I'm going to abandon that. In fact, many of you, of course, guys know me from my past as a project developer. My first project at all, that was called Avocado, I did a pre-sale, my first how can I say, my first round with PinkSale, the first time I entered into that and say, hey, I'm going to do this pre-sale. I did a pre-sale and I put like a 1,000 BNB hard cap and I raised like 100 BNBs, something like that. So I actually didn't give up on that because I loved my idea. I love my project, my utility. And then of course I came back, a couple of weeks later with a better market, because what you said, Adam, is really important. I also had one pre-sale that was in a really bad market and it didn't actually help at all. And the second time I did it, I managed to raise the 1,000 BNBs in a fair launch. So like I said, when I see projects that had, a previous fair launch and it was canceled for any reason at all, I love to see them coming back, because that for me, like I said, it's really reassuring that the CEO is committed and everything. So that was a great explanation, Adam. And also what you said about that everything is, customized, that it's not like a copy paste, he actually managed to to do these drawings. I don't know if David was the one to do these drawings. I don't think so, but nevertheless, he must have been, working with some graphic designer. And I can tell you that the website, it's like really great. I've been scrolling through the website, and the graphics and everything is like really, really impressive. And that's something that I remember from one AMA that I did with you, Adam, that if they are doing this, by putting rose, and also they hand drawing all the graphics, they are not going to get the famous love letter. They're not going to get any type of letter from the Rose team and say, hey, you're like infringing some copyrights or something like that. So that's actually really great. Yeah, when you said that, that they were actually hand drawing everything, I was like, hey, perfect. That they are thinking ahead of things that might come. So that's actually really great. So I'm starting to hear things that I actually really, really like to hear when I'm analyzing a project. And I know my community, that because we're like all day here analyzing projects, in the lounge. So I know also what they look for. So this is going like really well. But let's talk a little bit about the tokenomics. How are the tokenomics of this project? I'm seeing now your screen with the total supply and stuff. Let's talk a little bit about the tokenomics.
Let's jump right in. So as we saw by the website there, on the whiteboard in front of Pepe, Pooh, and also Shiba, hand-drawn also, by the way. Renounced contract is a big one, right? Everyone's like, interesting. Wow, when Lambo, right? The hand goes up. We can see total supply is 88 billion, of course, with lock liquidity in mind. So what we can see here is kind of starting from the top, lock liquidity at 365 days, which is pretty standard, but some projects, you'd be surprised, they only put a month or 2 months. So you want to look for that as you're building those mental models for investments. Liquidity add percentage is 51%. We can see total supply again is 88.8 billion. And we can also see soft cap on this one is just 1 BNB. So very, very attainable, very easy to attain, in fact. And what's great with fair launches is as long as it goes over the soft cap, meaning 1 ETH, it's off to the races, right? From there, anything can happen, which is really exciting. So if you're able to catch this below, I would say especially $1 million market cap, that's something to definitely look at, right? If we look at the distribution, which should definitely be something you look at as well, of that 88.8 billion total supply, we have 52.2% allocated to pre-sale, so over 50% for the pre-sale, which is great. That means you guys, investors. 25.29% allocated to liquidity, above the kind of base level we see of 18%, 70%, 17%, even less. Why that matters is you have more liquidity in the tokens to be able to trade, with which, if paired with a decent raise, means you have enough liquidity to move around. If you want to mention this to a whale friend, it's not a problem. They can get in and get out without any issues. Now, if we go into the centralized exchanges, you can see 4.8% as well as a centralized exchange portion of 2.4 that they had from the previous listing, right? Because they already they already lined up centralized exchanges. They already have deals ready. So they're going to be combining these two. One of them is locked, one of them is unlocked, to allow for proper listing in the proper timeline. So they're able to list quickly and then get on another centralized exchange, in the proper timelines. We can see partners and advisors, 13.5% locked, of course, which you can see here. And these are locked till about second week or so of next month. On those locks as well, you can see they're all labeled, of course. So centralized exchange relock. You can see here as well on the first one, partners and advisors. And here's the thing as well, right? I just want to round this back again for everybody. This is a team that they're not, farming projects, right? This is their baby because if they knock this out of the park, there's nothing else like it. I'll tell you this, and this is what was funny. When they did their initial raise before they canceled and, refunded everyone and then looked for a better market, which is today, they already had Rose 2.0s out there. They had Baby Rose, all these fake tokens coming out because people saw the potential and they're like, oh my God, that's a good idea. Yeah, Rose token. The other thing too is let's talk sustainability. Now that we understand the tokenomics, it's really important to understand, okay, what about the long-term viability here, right? There's no team tokens unlocking on launch day, which is important. Okay, cool. But how do we sustain the marketing? Well, you can see 3% buy, 3% sell, meaning there's going to be ample amounts of money coming in, especially with high volume, to be able to continue to market. And we'll get to the marketing at the end, I'm sure, but I did just kind of want to mention that for everyone that, the tokenomics are sound. This is a very, very experienced team behind this. And with a fair launch versus a pre-sale, which they had prior, with a fair launch at a 1 ETH soft cap, man, again, keep your eyes on this one. It's going to be opening up in just over 2 hours. But yeah, to answer your question, those are the basic tokenomics and kind of breakdown of where they go.
That was amazing. Thank you very much, Adam, for that detailed explanation over the tokenomics. And one thing I also saw in the fair launch, guys, it's that it's only a max contribution of 2 Ethereum. So
yes.
One of the things that I love, to be honest, Adam, at every pre-sale that I invest is when I see max contribution that is actually reasonable, 2 Ethereum, 1 Ethereum, like not like 10 Ethereum, right? So a 2 Ethereum max contribution actually means that there's not going to be like a big whale that is going to buy a lot in pre-sale, and then of course you only have to pray for him to not sell once it launches. So I love to see max contribution. That's actually really fair. And also 1 Ethereum soft cap, like you said, it's really easy to get over that. So like we all know, guys, right? In fair launch, once you reach your soft cap, you're free to launch after that, guys. So things are looking really, really, really great here. So if we get to keep on talking about this project, I'm going to start thinking about, of course, all the things you said about Adam, about how this was like the trend setter of the Rose, because I have also seen some kind of copycats, of Rose over here, Rose over there. So actually, us knowing that this is the original team, the OGs that had the idea and they are going to execute it, I think that's really, really interesting to be part of this project, right? To keep an eye out on this fair launch and start checking them up and see how they go. Of course, guys, you all do your own research. That's on you. But I think that this has the potential, to grow, because I really think that when a token has a good branding and a good name, like this one has, the potential of mooning, it's like really big, because people actually like to see that. And a lot of people, I don't know, maybe when this is trending on Dex tools or any site, you're going to see Rose and you say, hey, is this Rose from Rose that I know? And they're going to eventually find out that it's that Rose, and they're going to then enter into the website and they're going to see, sexy version of Rose and stuff. So I think that the combination, of all those factors might get this, on a good way. But also, Adam, before asking about marketing, I got a couple questions that I wanted to know. That is about the development or the future development of the project. Like, is there anything like coming later on the roadmap on the development of this project, like maybe some kind of utility that will come, or maybe does David had any plans of adding things into this, or it's going to be just like that now it's a perfect meme token that I personally love meme tokens, of course, but I wanted to know more about the future of Rose. Like, what's the end game from David? Like, what does he really want to achieve with this?
Yeah, thank you so much for that mention there, because here's the thing, right, is with a roadmap on a meme, you want to make sure it's stuff that's doable, in the sense that don't overpromise. Don't say you're going to do a metaverse when you're not going to do a metaverse, when you're not going to build a swap, when you're not going to do this, because you're going to lose the trust. You're immediately going to lose the trust, and you're going to be 100%. Contributing. Yeah, and you're going to be contributing to what people hate the most, which are projects that are overpromising, under-delivering on the good end. On the bad end, they're just outright rugging, right? So when we look at the Rose map, which is our version of the roadmap, we can see, Rose map. We can see again hand-drawn art, guys. Look at this, Rose with her little pup there. taking some photos, and we can see here very, very attainable things. We can see launching the actual project, quitting her job, just kidding, CMC and other listings, working with callers and influencers. These are going to be basically what is being worked on right now and also in post-launch right after. Phase 2 is going to be a bit after that, couple days after launch. So launch +5, launch +6 or so, getting on that first centralized exchange, hence the tokens that are available for the centralized exchange. Opening up the My Fan Club. For those that don't know, that is going to be a special spot where you can get little shout out messages from Rose herself by owning Rose tokens. And then also some more metrics when it comes to the growth of the project, such as more holders coming in, growing awareness. Phase 3 is where we become a legendary. This is where we go big on the promo tour, get us all over Twitter, trending, and so on, and then rewarding supporters in an even bigger way. Again, emphasis on if you own the token, especially if you own a larger amount, you might be rewarded a bit more. So the team wants to kind of keep that hush, but they do have some really cool ideas. Now, you hear this stuff from a lot of different projects, right? So this kind of takes me into, what makes us special. What makes us special is the fact that the effort that's being put in. Just look at this scene, right? Literally,
it's great.
Rose is fighting off. Looks like an orc with a father shirt on.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean,
great,
look how amazing this is, right? So I absolutely love what this team has done. The art style is unmatched. There's going to be a ton of copycats.
Great.
Yeah, there's going to be a ton of copycats too. No one's going to put in the same work. Nobody's going to put in the same work.
Yep.
So that's the big difference is you want something that a team is dedicated, putting in the work, making it happen, and is also watching out for their long-term viability. Because if it's just a direct rip from the Rose white paper, you're going to get hit with a bunch of FUD from the official Rose team. This is Rose, 100% hand-drawn, original stuff. This is purely an inspiration. It's gone past their legal team, which they do have a legal team as well. Some of the Web2 connections they have. So that's the Rose coin difference.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And one of the things that got me was, in the phase 1 of the robot that says "quit my job." that was like the really, really fun thing that I said. But yeah, to be honest, I also, I asked about the roadmap and the future plans, but I also love to see when a project, has a really simple roadmap, that they don't overcomplicate things, more when it's about a meme coin, because sometimes I see a lot of meme coins that have like a really detailed roadmap with a lot of things coming out and everything. But experience has, told me that I think that for meme coins and these types of projects, the simpler the roadmap, the better it is. So it actually is something that I personally like. But to wrap it up for the questions that I'm going to ask, I wanted to ask my last question before proceeding with community ones. I wanted to ask about marketing. I'm really interested in know what type of marketing strategies Dave is actually using right now, for pre-launch, because pre-launch marketing campaign, because the fair launch hasn't started yet. So I wanted to know which are the marketing strategies he's using now that the fair launch hasn't even started. Then it's going to be open, and then of course once the fair launch, I would also want to know what are going to be the marketing strategies he's going to use to pump this up and to maintain a healthy chart.
Drive it with the good questions per usual. Yes. When marketing, what marketing, it's very important. And it's good to kind of understand that as we're rounding into the start of the sale. So the big things is at AMA, like a based AMA, which we had today, some more being planned and looked at as well. And then callers, right? Having the proper callers not only recall like they did before, but having new ones step up as well. Again, the big thing to focus in on is original idea, memeability, which this is perfect for a meme. It's not, a redo. It's not a 3.0, a 4.0. This is something fresh that also look at the ticker Rose, right? It's not some complex long ticker that's hard to understand or doesn't make any sense. It's just Rose. Everybody knows Rose, right? So marketing this is going to be honestly a breeze. But what you can look forward to concrete is, like I said, an AMA like we had today. We'll have some more, I'm sure. Call channels as well, giving us calls throughout. And then also ensuring that we have proper listing on CoinGecko and CMC as fast as possible on launch day. In addition to that, also just having the transparency from the team. So as there's developments, right, as the only for the fans section opens up, which by the way is not going to be like an adult section, it's just going to be something for the fans. I just think it's fun, you know, that's a funny name, but it's going to be for the fans of Rose. So she's going to be giving back and, you know, giving you little shout outs, which is a cool little way to give back to the community. So that's what you can look for, forward to the most. And the best way to follow all of this, of course, you already know what I'm going to say. Follow the Telegram, join into the Telegram. Again, this is a friend of mine who's pushing this one. Two friends. The CEO is a good buddy, but also the marketing partners I partner with are only the best. That's part of how I grew my brand to where it is now, 2.5 years, since I started. I grew to where I am now through my partnerships, through putting good in and getting good out. And people want to work with competent people. That's why I'm here,
Totally,
right?
Man. Yeah, exactly.
Man. It's like
I couldn't agree more, man.
Seriously though, just as a little aside, you know what's funny is the lack of extremely competent people in this space is astronomical. So if you're professional, if you treat this like the business it is, and you put in 150%, you have the market cornered. So that's why immediately when Dave said, where do we have, the next AMA, I said, without even thinking, Tribe. Let me hit him up.
Let's go.
He's a good buddy of me. Let's go right there. You better take that little clip right there and use that as marketing, because seriously, I do mean it. I do mean it. So
thank you very much.
Anyways, of course. Anyways, I'm going to give it back to you. Oh, wait, before I do, let's jump in really quick into the audit and KYC. So,
yes, sir.
Quick points. Audit, KYC, security is important. We already talked about the fact that liquidity is locked for an entire year. What else? What else you got for me? Well, KYC, Dave himself KYC'd with PinkSale. So you have that KYC held by PinkSale themselves. And then let's actually download the audit real quick. Open this guy up, and here it is. So Solid Proof was the one to do the audit for Rosecoin contract. And with Solid Proof, usually you just got to scroll down a little bit. They have their rating scale color coded, and I just like to scroll through. So you can see green. We had an ownership one, but of course it is going to be renounced after, so that's not an issue. And then green all the way through. So awesome. You can see what that means, but of course, read it for yourself. What it means is no issue with honeypots, no issue with double spend, no issue with hidden mint functions, excessive taxes, nothing like that. All you're ever going to see is a 3-3 buy sell, specifically for marketing, so this can get out to the wider audiences. The last piece on marketing, I can't believe I forgot to mention this. I would be remiss not to mention it, is another friend of mine. In fact, you're going to see him later, funny enough. I don't want to share too much there, but you will see him later.
Nice.
He did the PR articles for Rose. So actually, and he's a Binance connection. So he did the PR, I'm serious. So he did the PR articles for Rose. And we got on Bloomberg, we got on Yahoo News, we got on all these different publications. In fact, you can search Rosecoin and you will find the articles for yourself. You can read them and see what you think. So just a little bit of alpha thrown in there for people that don't know. Those PR articles are really cool.
That's
power of network. It's the power of network. So anyways, now I wanted to give it over to you. Just needed to plug those couple of pieces there.
Great. No, great things you said, to be honest, Adam. And remember all guys, what Adam said, about the network and only working with extreme competent people. So actually Adam vouching, and saying, hey, I know the CEO, he's really smart and he's hard work. And also he's working with a marketer that it's also really good. So one great combination I love to see is when a CEO that is like really smart, really passionate, and really wants this project to succeed, partnered up with an incubator or a marketer that also it's really good and knows about marketing, knows about how to promote a fair launch, how to do well post launch. So when they both get together, I think that's a great combination for success. But well, guys, we've been half an hour over here, talking. Adam did a great analysis on Rose, on the team, or on the project itself, the tokenomics. We talk about KYC, the marketing strategies, everything. And now it's your time to shine. As you all know, guys, everyone that is from the Drybits crypto launch, the people that are right here, I know that you have great questions to ask Adam about the project. So I'm going to start unmuting one by one. So just let me find someone that because like I said before, guys, we had an AMA, just 1 hour before. So I'm going to try to unmute someone new this time. So let's unmute. Let me just find Joella. Joella, you're unmuted. What's your question for today? Joella, are you there? Maybe not. Okay, Joella. Oh, she was there. Sorry. I got you, Joella. Are you there? Yeah.
Hello, Drybit. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm fine. Hello, Adam.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing good. So, while going to your website, I saw something about the Only Fan Club. So I just want you to expatiate on that for me. Will holders of the Rose token be a participant in the Only Fan Club?
Great question. Yes. And to again emphasize, this is a club for fans. It's not an adult subscription or anything like that. This is just for fans of Rose, the Rose bots, the idea of Rose as an inspiration. And by being a top holder, you're going to get access to this custom kind of this custom section of the DApp where Rose is going to greet you. She'll give you kind of some custom greetings and messages, and it's going to be a fun place to interact with Rose. And that's all going to be hand drawn as well and animated and everything. Really well done in the same style that you saw the website. So great question. Yeah, it is going to be a section specifically for holders.
Okay, that's nice. So my next question is, I see that there's a lot of comic aspects to this project. There's a lot of entertainment. So I'm just curious to know if there's any future plans of having like a comic book for investors, for people to like just buy and read, something like that. Is there any plan for that?
Oh, I can't give away too much, but I can say in some of the planning, I know you guys are like, oh God, this again. But no, seriously, it's funny because we've actually talked about that. And I don't want the idea getting stolen because ideas move quick and copycats move quicker, I like to say. So there is something really cool being worked out. But again, not promising anything. Let the team deliver on what they already laid out in the marketing roadmap, and then let us surprise you.
Okay, you guys have a very nice project. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Rabbit.
Thank you very much, Joella. I love when members of my community, ask questions that you can tell that they have actually entered to the website, that they can actually read the white paper and everything. That's something that I'm really keen on, with everyone in my lounge. I always before AMA starts and I say, hey guys, if you're going to ask questions, it needs to be like a well-researched one. That's one of my rules over here. So actually, thank you, Joella, for that. Let's keep on going. I know that we're going to have some interesting questions and I'm going to still try to unmute someone new. So let me just look for, let's see, Rayhan. Rayhan, you're allowed to speak. Rayhan. Hey, Rayhan, are you there? Maybe not.
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah,
Sorry,
we
I
can
was
hear you
cut
now,
off.
Rayhan. Don't worry, man.
So I wanted to know that, will there be any buyback and burning mechanism so that if the chart will go decrease, so if you use buyback or burning chart will be increase, and also you will like gain more investors, and investors also like gain some profits.
Great question, Ryan. So when it comes to buyback and burn, specifically around the burn piece, the team is interested in doing strategic burns because you'll note that there are centralized exchange tokens that they have access to, right? So let's say they're able to barter a deal with one of the more advanced stage centralized exchanges where they say, you know what, we already listed, we already have one centralized exchange under our belt. Can we list with a little bit less and get us a good deal still? If they say, yeah, which by the way, centralized exchanges are pretty flexible. I've worked with plenty for many projects. Then you have access to more tokens. What you can do with those tokens, of course, instead of dumping on your community like most projects do, if you're a legit project that wants to do something good, you can burn it, which reduces total supply, increases value as long as there's volume. And that's a very positive externality of burning. Now, I do want to emphasize, burning is hyped through the moon. It's so like awesome, right? But the funny thing is the chart doesn't pump when you burn. The chart pumps when you burn and then have massive buy volume because it's amplifying the buys and multiplying their efficiency, essentially. So just kind of keep that in mind. So if you burn enough and if you have ample volume, which comes through marketing, it's a good formula. So to answer your question, yes, of course, nothing promised exactly, but the team did leave a little bit of extra tokens to allow for strategic burns if they need to.
That was a great answer, Adam.
Absolutely, I got.
Thank you very much, Rayhan. Thank you very much for your question. And that's the misconception that I know a lot of people think of. That some people associate, hey, a burn is coming, and they immediately think that by burning the tokens, it makes the chart pump. And a lot of people actually think that. So it's good that you're clarifying that, because a burn is just you letting the investors know, hey, I'm never going to touch those tokens, and they are locked forever, and that's it. It's not that once you send to the burn address that, I don't know, maybe touches the algorithm of PancakeSwap or Uniswap and makes the chart goes pumping up. So that's actually great that you mentioned that, by the way.
Precisely.
So let's see who else we got here to ask question. Let's see. Where he is. Let's go with Emmanuel. I thought Emmanuel raising his hand. Emmanuel, you're allowed to speak, man. He always asks good questions also. You have the word, Emmanuel.
Oh, hello. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, brother.
Good evening.
Hello, Adam. It's nice to see your presence among us again.
Hey, always a pleasure. You're going to see me a lot, my man. I like what y'all doing here. I'll be here. Nice to see you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so on the website, I saw that Rosé is not just an old rusty boat. So does that mean you have a boat that's named Rosé, or you'll be creating one soon? Or where does boat come into Rosé?
The boat comes in when they're fighting pirate orcs. No, I'm just kidding. What? Or you can see this is the boat that we're talking about. No, what they mean by that is, they're not your old tired project. This is something that has love, passion, and fun behind it. If you can't tell already, also something for those folks that are very astute and looking at the overall theme, you can kind of tell this is an adventure. This is a story that's developing. Rosé is kind of traversing through the open seas and gathering treasure and having adventures with her dog here. And it's a whole story. As an idea, imagine how that would play out in a story. Imagine how that would play out maybe in some sort of interactive experience. That is what they mean by it's not your old, kind of rusted out boat. We're not just creating a project that's just blasé, meaning boring or run of the day, right? Most devs won't put in this work even for a serious project. So to see that they're taking the risk, they're doing this, and they're doing it the right way is the way to do it. So that's how they're standing out. And you can see this boat has no rust on it at all. It looks nice and nice and new as it's going through the waves here.
Okay, thank you. So my second question, on the first look, everyone would think Rosé is actually rose. So how do you plan on making the difference between Rose and Rose Claire, since there are no relationships between them?
Oh man, I hope they think they're similar, right? Because this is her sexier cousin. So I hope they see. I hope they see the correlation. No, but again, it's paying homage, it's paying tribute to the original Rose token. We're not shying away from that. But the artwork is 100% original and specifically tuned in for Rose Coin and our character here, Rosalina, short for Rose is the short form. So just kind of keep that in mind, that it's okay to have inspiration, but are you different enough? Do you have hand-drawn art? Do you have a different character name, even if it's similar? Do you have a different character name? And do you have a unique story that your character is bringing through? So that's how they're looking to differentiate, is what they already did. All hand-drawn art, nothing taken from the Rosebot Telegram or website, all original and with a fresh story that I don't think the bot had even dreamed of. This Rose is on a whole different journey, but still paying homage to the original.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much for the answer.
Yeah, good question.
That was great, Emmanuel. Thank you very much for always getting good questions. So let's keep on going. Let's see who else gets good questions for Adam. Let me just check. I have a lot of people from my community. Let me just check it out. I don't see Sam. I don't know why I can't see Sam raise his hand. I'm going to unmute Lucky, and then I'm going to go with Sam. Lucky, you're unmuted. Lucky the best. Lucky, you're unmuted.
Yeah, can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible, man. We can hear you.
Okay, that's great. Thanks. So I like the project anyway. So, and it's amazing. I like the marketing strategy of your project. I just wanted to know, eventually, if we go into a bear market, what are the things you have in place to survive it? Like, what are the plans you have to keep the project moving?
Great question. Well, just as Rose, or Rose, I should say, not Rose, Rose, because Rose doesn't go on adventures like this. Just as you saw in the little picture there, Rose on her like pirate craft, her little boat here. As you can see, she has a treasure chest full of yummy goodies and Bitcoin even, which is pretty awesome. I don't know where she captured the Bitcoin from, but that's exciting. Must have been a nice pirate ship. Building up your war chest, no pun intended here with the chest, building up your war chest in times of peril is very important. And how the project is going to be doing that is through the nominal tax that they're applying to each buy and sell. So you have 3% coming in, whether people are buying, whether people are selling. That adds up. And if we see market fluctuations, the team can deploy capital to be able to help ebb some of that downward pressure, if there is any. The other piece as well is, because the team has access to some tokens in a responsible way, they can burn those tokens, further reducing supply, meaning when people find a bottom that they'd like to buy into, they can feel more secure in knowing that their tokens are worth even more now.
Okay, that's very great. Thanks for answering my question. It's really a great answer. But can I have one of those goodies? Because it's really yummy.
Yes, but you have to get into the pre-sale first. Just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. Send us your tax ID and we will share you some goodies.
and we'll send you some pizza or a bag of cookies.
Thank you very much, Lucky. Thank you, man. Thank you. Great question. Great question. We still got a little bit more time, so we're having great questions, right? So why don't we let some other people talk? Let's see. I know someone is going to ask a great question. We have here Sam. Sam, you're allowed to speak, man. What's your question for today?
Hey, Rabbit. Good evening.
Hey, brother.
It's great to have Adam back on the launch, as always. Adam, my question is something out of the context, not something related to the project, because you are the person who looks a simple meme coin, a meme project looks so confident for the investors. That's something impressive. So one thing I want to ask you regarding the charm of the meme coins, because I'm into meme coins from past 2 years. They give on giving profits and profits and profits, but they don't carry any utility. So how long this charm continues, or does people invest in crypto, I mean meme coins, just because they carry zeros, or meme coins are something which the future holds for the crypto world? So how did you rate this, and what does meme coins have in future?
Ooh, well, I try to keep my personal opinions separate, of course, from the professional work I do. But I can tell you this, when it comes to building out your mental models, which I'm super big on mentioning, meaning do your own research tool set that you use. Something that I would make sure to emphasize on is look at the branding. Yeah, look at the branding, but also look at, the utility that is being alluded to and mentioned. Is it something that is sustainable, and is it doable? And what you're going to see with this project here is yes and yes, right? It's a brand that can continue into perpetuity, meaning it's not going to get taken down by a big IP or something, because it's unique. And then the second piece is when it comes for the only for your fans content, that's something that can quite easily be delivered on and is going to be very bespoke, meaning it's going to be very custom for the holders. It's going to be something personal. It's going to be something that they actually want, which is really valuable, right? If I give you a utility that you could care less about, meaning, oh boy, another decentralized exchange, yay, meanwhile, I can just use 1inch or an aggregator or a cross-chain swap and get a cheaper fee. Why do I care about it, right? But if you give me something unique that, speaks to me as an investor, speaks to me as an individual, you've won my heart and my mind. That takes time, though. That takes time. You have to build trust. You have to show that you're here more than just one day past launch. So that's the journey in front of Rosecoin, is having a very successful fair launch, which is opening up here quite soon. After that, next step, continue the marketing, push out to further people, start to expand partnerships, and then start to develop that fan section to be able to give back to those holders. So my overall view on the meme market is I think it's here with us forever, to be honest. It's not going away. The cat's out of the bag. We've seen too many meme coins absolutely moon and have crazy raises. There's also been a lot that have failed, but the ones that continue, the Sheebs of the world, the Doges of the world, the Flokies of the world, they have almost like a cult following. They have just such an ingrained ability to get people excited and to build on top of them. We're trying to create the same thing here with Rose. We're trying to create that culture of, hey, I get it. It clicks. This makes sense. I'm on Telegram all day anyways. I'm talking to Rose anyways, whether I want to or not. Why not have a tribute token in her honor, right? Why not have Rose lead the way with that token?
Okay. Adam, I have one more clarification. It's a simple thing. If you can answer me this.
Yeah, good.
Okay. I have observed something in the website as well as in the Rose paper. The website says that the contract is re-announced, whereas the Rose paper says that at a later stage after the launch. So which one holds correct in this? After launch.
So after launch, they just want to have the website all done. So after launch, you'll have the renouncement done. It'll also update and DEX tools as well. It'll be there officially and everything. So then it'll mesh and it'll show hey, it's renounced, which will show on the website, of course, already. And then in the white paper, it'll be updated to show now renounced.
Great one.
Thank you so much.
Good question.
Thank you very much, Sam. I love, like I said before, when it seems that they are doing proper research and actually seeing things and looking for things to ask. So thank you, Sam, about that. I didn't even notice that, so thanks. So let's do one more question. We're almost running out of time. Are you having a good time, Adam, or I'm getting too bored for you?
Well, I haven't fallen asleep. No, I'm just kidding. No, this is always fun, man. Here's the thing, guys. For those that don't understand, when it comes to presenting, when it comes to entertainment, when it comes to education, you have to have two people, the presenter and the host, that are vibing. You should be having fun. We're not talking monotone like this and, oh yeah, it's Rose token. We're having fun. We're vibing. The energy's high, because not only does that transmit and it makes you want to research, it makes you want to do your own due diligence. It makes you want to have fun and enjoy your day a little bit more. But also it's something that is lacking in this space. It's lacking in this space. So yeah, man, I'm having a blast. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Adam. So let's go with a question from, let me just find someone interesting, a familiar face. Let's go with Matt Explorer. Hey, Matt Explorer, you're allowed to speak. Matt the Explorer, you're allowed to speak.
Hello, sir.
Hey.
So my question is, non-crypto user is very important for mainstream adoption. How you are planning to attract non-crypto users towards your project? Is there any upcoming partnership that will bring non-crypto user and real use case?
Let me answer that last piece real quick. So when it comes to partnerships, if anyone's saying a specific partner, like, yeah, we got it locked in, it's happening, it better already be on social media. Better already be on Twitter. I want to see it from their account, not ours, from theirs. All those things should be dialed in. When it comes to partnerships, again, let us surprise you, right? We're saying that we want to partner up. Let's put some work into it and let's build those partnerships, especially with a team that has a lot of Web 2 experience and also on the Web 3 side when it comes to marketing has a lot of experience there too. There's going to be tokens once we have the proper volume, once we have our centralized exchange listings, once the proof is there that we're here to stay, there's going to be people wanting to partner up. So let the team surprise you. Let them bring this forward to you and let's see what happens.
Great one. Thank you, Matt, for that question. And that's something that I always, get a lot. That's a question that I see very around in the AMAs and everything, that it's the, how are you going to get into non-crypto users and everything? So that's great. Thank you very much, Adam, for that answer. So I got one more question from someone that says, I have a unique question, and have been saying that, in the chat. So let's see how much of unique it actually is. So guest speaker, you're allowed to speak. Guest speaker, you're allowed to speak. You can ask your unique question.
And you are the guest speaker this time.
Am I audible?
You're audible,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Yep.
All right. It's been a great presentation and lots of questions have been asked already. But I took a quick tour on the socials of the Rosecoin and I discovered that the Twitter account is unverified and got a pretty low engagement. So I want to know, what is the team's plan towards that, getting an e-certificate or a verified account on Twitter to prevent people copying the project?
Ooh, that is a good question. Good work. Well, what I like to do is I like to just jump right in and look at it. Let's just address it. Let's talk about it, right? This is what you want to see from founders, from speakers, from presenters, anything. Don't avoid it. Just jump in. So what we can see here is, first of all, I don't know how we got it, but we got the official The Rosecoin handle. That's like
amazing.
Bullish as heck. That's so bullish.
It is.
So we have the username that matters. The second piece is when it comes to engagement, you're right, man. I mean, we're not at 10K, we're not at 20K, we're at 1,643. These are all real folks, right? These are all real folks that have joined in and are following. This isn't boosted. This isn't paid for. This isn't any of that stuff. So, if we wanted it to make it look a little bit better, sure, we could pay someone a couple $100 and get fake viewers on there. What's the point though? It's vanity metrics, right? Instead, let's look at post-launch, and especially in lead up, once the ETH starts going through, once we hit the one ETH soft cap super fast, and once we continue to climb, let's see what happens then. Right now, you're correct. Engagement's a little light, right? But also keep in mind, not too bad though. 550 views, 1,000 views. Great. It's not too bad. I think when you say light engagement, perhaps you're meaning followers. The followers come. Don't worry about the followers. It's all about how you perform. And with views like this on a natural way, that's not bad. So I understand your excitement and your interest, but I would say, again, it's one of those things of let the team cook, let them cook. And I think you're going to love the outcome. See, now my topic's just on the topic on mine is just food, because we saw the food in the boat. But yeah, let the team work, and then the socials will follow. They'll grow and expand.
Thank you very much, Adam, for that question. And also, guest speaker, think about it in the way that if you're saying it right now, you're early. Remember always that I
Oh,
love
yeah.
to see, some things like that and say, hey, I might be early on this one. And there's nothing better, to be early on a project than it's going to moon. So I think we're done. Yeah, with the community questions, guys. Thank you very much for the great questions we got today. Thank you, Adam, also for being such an amazing speaker as always. Like everyone here in the lounge knew that this was going to be like very fun and informative. So once again, thank you very much, guys. I'm going to say a final words for everyone that's been here, for this last hour learning more about Rosé. I'm not going to say Rose anymore. It's Rosé Fair Lunch that is currently, it's not currently open. It will open in 1 hour and a half in Pixel. So you'll have enough time to go there, check the Pixel page, enter into their Telegram group, hang around there, follow them on Twitter. You'll know, guys. You know exactly how to do your own research. So we're glad to have, the insights from Adam representing the team. We all know that the CEO is actually really compromised with this project and he wants to really make this succeed. So that actually really reassuring for me. But once again, for everyone that has been here, thank you very much for joining the second AMA of the day. We still had one more that is also with Adam, because I saw someone in the group that said, bro, hope Adam join us for the other project AMA. I got a bit debating to do, and let me tell you that Adam is the one that is going to be on the next AMA. So this is going to be a very fun day. But once again, guys, thank you all very, very much. And I'm going to give the microphone to Adam for the final statements, and then we'll close it up.
Thank you, Drybit. And correct, I am going to be in the lounge here a few times today. I just like to say, I am so happy and so proud to be able to be given the opportunity to represent amazing brands in this space. Some of the best projects have come my way, and I've had the pleasure of representing them, both big and small, right? Some small market cap, some big market cap. And it's an absolute pleasure to be able to take on these teams and bring them to the best possible places I can. And you know that Drybit's Crypto Calls is one of them. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This again is the Rose or Rosé Fair launch happening on Pink Sale in less than an hour and a half. This is an ERC20 raise with an audit and KYC badge officially approved by Pink Sale. 0 team tokens on launch day. And we also have a contract that is 100% verified and secured by Solid Proof, as we saw. Tokenomics are pretty dang solid here. We have a very reasonable 1 ETH soft cap. Guys, also take advantage of that affiliate link. Get paid by the team for spreading the word for free and earn money. You don't even need to put in contributions if you don't want to, although we will have quite a few. Whether you do or not, make sure to spread that affiliate code and earn some cash along with the team. So guys, if you want to learn more, if this intrigued you, if this got you thinking about, you know what, Rose was the first person I talked to in crypto, join into our official Telegram, click on that little Telegram logo, as well as the official announcements that Drybit put out as well prior to the AMA. Join us there. You'll see me, you'll see Dave, you'll see the rest of the team, and we will see you there shortly. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Adam, for that closing statement. Once again, guys, thank you all for being here, for supporting the lounge, and also for supporting this project by being here in the AMA, hearing everything that Adam said. Once again, guys, we'll see you later on, and goodbye. Bye-bye, Adam.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.